What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And in this video, we are doing a 2017 redraft for the Detroit Lions. So let's get it started. No, I actually put a couple things in the community. I put a voting poll up if you guys want to see this. And right now, it looks like you guys want to see this. I'm not exactly sure what it'll be like later. I also put in the community if you guys want to see a Q&A. And if you guys want to do that, you can leave questions in the comment section of that question. In the community, okay, or you can go to the voicemail, call in, leave a question, and we can do that. So again, if you guys want to see either of those, vote yes on them. You're probably going to see this video. Now, I don't know when you're seeing it. You may be seeing it after the Michigan State game. You may be seeing it before. I'm not sure. I should be live reacting to it, but I don't know when you're seeing it. Okay, I don't know. But I was trying to think of some good ideas, and I thought of this, and I was like, okay, look, I don't know if we've done this before, but I also wanted to go back far enough where you can make a real decision. Like, if I did this year's redraft, that would be kind of tough because we've only played like this amount of games. And yes, it's still like, okay, maybe, you know, there's a couple places where you're like, okay, we should have took him instead. But it's so early. I mean, you don't know how these players are going to turn out down the line. So at least 2017, I think, is far enough back where we have a pretty good idea. And some of these guys you'll definitely be able to tell, okay, where they are at and where they are heading. Okay, so let's get it started. We're going to start off in the first round. Now, the first round of the 2017 draft with the 21st pick, because we made the playoffs the year before, 2016. Let's go. Hopefully we can do that again sometime. Well, we selected Jarrad Davis with the 21st pick. Now, that's not a terrible pick, but Jarrad Davis hasn't been crazy good for us. He's been, I would say, below average for us. And at the time, we really did need a linebacker, so it made sense to go get him. Now, there was other guys out there like Raquan Smith that we could have taken instead. I actually went with a different kind of position, and that's TJ Watt. So, yes, I went with TJ Watt. Now, you're probably like, okay, well, that's not a middle linebacker. But I think TJ Watt is a very talented player. He already has 10.5 sacks on the season. 10.5 sacks for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let me just say this right now. Pittsburgh definitely hit on a few picks early. So that, I think, would definitely help us out getting some pressure. I mean, we've blitzed Jarrad Davis a lot. He's only got like 1 sack on the entire year, something like that. So there's definitely a difference there. Do we get the middle linebacker position filled then? No. But, I mean, you're really getting another really good linebacker that maybe could play that position. Now, in the second round, again, these are my opinions. So if you guys have different players that you would have taken, let me know. Now, in the second round with the 21st pick, once again, we selected Teez Tabor. Now, this one was kind of easy to go somewhere else, okay? I couldn't stay with Teez Tabor here. I decided to go with a position that maybe wasn't a very big need, but he was out there, and there's no way if we would have saw this coming, we would have passed on him, and that is JuJu Smith-Schuster. Yeah, there is no way we would have passed on JuJu. I don't care if we don't need a wide receiver. You're getting JuJu in the second round. That would have been crazy. So like I said, the Steelers had a good start to this draft for sure. And we kind of just, if we could have just switched with them, we would have been great. Yes, we got JuJu Smith-Schuster. Now you may be thinking to yourself, okay, well wait. In the third round, we got Kenny Golladay, which I'm about to talk about. So what about him? We just don't draft Kenny Golladay then? No. In the third round with the 32nd pick, we do take Kenny Golladay. So we have the 2 wide receivers. Yes, I know. But if you know what these players are going to turn into, you got to take them. I mean, you cannot pass up on JuJu. And obviously, you still got to keep Kenny Golladay because he's that good. I mean, maybe you trade JuJu at this point. I don't know. But you have to bring him in. They're both young. They're both very talented. They're 2 of the best wide receivers in the NFL right now. So you definitely could not pass on them. And in the fourth round, we took Jalen Reeves-Maybin. Now, this one's kind of tough because I think Jalen Reeves-Maybin is not a bad player, and I think he should get some more playing time. If you guys have watched my DoseOfDion gaming series where I'm rebuilding lines, definitely go check it out. If you have not, go check out that channel, my gaming channel. Jalen Reeves-Maybin had a big play for us, but Jalen Reeves-Maybin, I think, is a pretty good linebacker. He just isn't getting a lot of opportunities. I don't know behind the scenes, though, obviously. So my redraft would be selecting George Kittle. Now, you may be thinking, okay, well, maybe that's not the best move to go get a tight end here, but with our next pick, we did take a tight end anyways out of Toledo. That's Michael Roberts, which I'll get to in a second. And George Kittle is clearly one of the best tight ends in the NFL. I mean, can you imagine if our draft went like this? George Kittle, Kenny Golladay, JuJu Smith-Schuster, and TJ Watt. Wow, we would be a problem. We would definitely be a problem. Now, if you're asking yourself, okay, how did you do the redraft? Basically, I looked at the players that were drafted after our pick. That's how I did the redraft. So, yes, there could be some variables there, but that just keeps it the most fair, I guess you could say. Next up in the fourth round, the 20th pick, like I said, the Detroit Lions selected Michael Roberts. So you got your tight end anyways, but now you got George Kittle, a way better tight end. So you don't even have Michael Roberts anymore. So instead of taking Michael Roberts, you're going to take Desmond King. Now, this was a hard one for me to figure out. I didn't know who to take. Now, Desmond King came in listed as a safety. He turned into a cornerback. And in 2018, he was an all-pro player. This was by far like the best player at that, pick that we could have taken. Desmond King, a very talented secondary player, definitely helped out. You could tell that we were going after a cornerback because we took Teez Tabor in the second round. We needed some help there. He just didn't live up. But Desmond King, to get him this late, that move to cornerback that was an all-pro in 2018, still a very young player, that would have definitely been a better decision. But I can understand why you wouldn't draft him because you think he is a safety. So it's kind of weird how that goes on, but it would have been a really nice pick. And then in the 5th round, now I didn't go through the entire draft because I only have like one more pick. This is my final pick actually of the redraft because after this is kind of just like, I don't want to say scrubs because I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just going to say like there wasn't crazy talent out there where I would change much. I mean, there's not much different I would do. I mean, maybe there's a couple of tweaks you could have made. I don't know. But in the 5th round, my final redraft pick, we took Jamal Agnew with the 21st pick. Now, you could stay with Jamal Agnew if you wanted to just for the kick returning and punt returning. Unless you look at the beginning of this year, then no, you don't want to do that. But I have a redraft of Aaron Jones. So, yes, we're getting a running back. And we may not have had the biggest need for a running back, but I had to take Aaron Jones. He has really came on for the Green Bay Packers. Plus, it gets him out of Green Bay, so that helps us as well. He's averaging 4.4 yards per carry with 589 rushing yards already. So he's done a lot of good things this year. Now, there was another running back out here that I was looking at that I first had when instead of drafting Desmond King, I actually had Marlon Mack. Now, Marlon Mack is putting up very big numbers for the Colts. So I think you could really choose whichever one you want here. But for me, getting Aaron Jones is a little bit later, so maybe you get, Desmond King as well. So you're helping out a lot of your needs. A lot of the Lions' needs are filled here. The only ones that weren't necessarily filled are really middle linebacker. You did get a linebacker that's not the middle linebacker. And also offensive line, defensive line, you didn't go heavy in that. I mean, those could be, your final picks of the draft, but they weren't huge needs then. I mean, they weren't looked at as the biggest needs. Their biggest needs were looked at as really a cornerback. They needed a middle linebacker, which I didn't really get here, but I got TJ Watt. So, what I'm saying, like, come on now. The wide receiver was somewhat of a need. That's why we took Kenny Galladay. It wasn't like a crazy need. So we maybe didn't need to go get JuJu as well, but he's there. You got to take him. So that's my redraft. We also needed a tight end. I got George Kittle. So, yeah, this team would be really, really good right now. We could have made some moves for these players. Like I said, trading JuJu could have gave you a lot in return. So there you go. That is my redraft. Let me know how you guys would have redrafted the 2017 draft. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments below. Thank you, Pat, for watching, and I'm out.